Do you see any real Princess Diana and Meghan? Did you? No. Really? No. Sorry. Imagine turning on live TV, expecting normal political talk, and suddenly Piers Morgan holds up a stack of shiny, never-seen-before photos of Meghan Markle. In that moment, it felt like the whole world realized the victim princess story might have been the biggest act of her career. Critics said the racism claims were fake. They said the mental health claims were fake too. They believed it was all planned to attack the royal family and the monarchy. And honestly, Meghan spent years selling the image of being a humble, struggling actress drinking green juice and writing about empowerment. But before royalty, her social life looked more like a rich people's tour, filled with Soho house events, private jets, and powerful men whose names never appear in her interviews. Once a Soho house regular, always one. The moment Piers showed those photos on screen, Meghan's carefully built image cracked like cheap glass. This wasn't a small mistake. It was a total meltdown. Piers even joked about how few Meghan fans were in the audience, saying there was one more than he expected. For someone who says she has nothing to hide, Meghan spends a lot of time hiding things. Blogs were deleted. Photos were cleaned up. Friends disappeared. Timelines changed. And now the one thing her PR team feared most appeared on live TV. Critics say it was planned from the start. She said she wasn't interested in the royal family, but many say she clearly was. One person claimed she even had a vision board with Prince Harry on it. The truth didn't slowly come out. It exploded. And Piers didn't need dramatic music. The photos were messy enough. If her royal exit looked chaotic, critics say her life before royalty looks even worse. Full of parties, power moves, ghosting people, and secrets she hoped would stay hidden. And this, they say, was only the first hit. The studio lights were barely warm when Piers leaned forward, lifted the photos, and sent the whole show into chaos. Viewers expecting a normal debate suddenly saw images that shattered Meghan's polished story in seconds. Piers didn't shout or smile. He calmly held the photos like he had waited for this moment. The internet reacted instantly. These weren't harmless party pictures. They showed a lifestyle Meghan never wanted the world to see. A life full of privilege, access, and exclusivity that didn't match the soft, struggling actress story she always told. The mood in the studio changed fast. Even his co-host looked unsure if this was real journalism or a planned strike. Meanwhile, Meghan was living the life she likely wanted all along, rich, comfortable, and back in the U.S. after marrying a British prince. Social media exploded within seconds. Hashtags formed faster than producers could react. Clips gained millions of views before the show even ended. And here's the twist. Piers didn't call it a witch hunt. He called it setting the record straight. That phrase hit harder than any insult. Because if the photos were real and showed events she never admitted to, then her story wasn't just missing details. It may have been carefully planned. But the real shock wasn't the photos. It was the question behind them. Who sent them and why now? What made the photos so explosive wasn't just that they existed. It was what they suggested about Meghan's life before royalty. These weren't random pictures from an old phone. They showed her moving easily in rich, powerful circles. She wasn't standing off to the side. She was right in the middle, surrounded by wealthy men, influencers, and Soho house insiders. The settings, lighting, and body language all felt familiar, not accidental. That's why the internet caught fire. If she truly struggled like she claimed, how did she get into places even big Hollywood stars couldn't? How did she afford the clothes, trips, and lifestyle? These questions didn't come from gossip. They came straight from what people could see. Critics say this was always her method. She would befriend one powerful person who would then introduce her to others. Because she came through someone trusted, she was welcomed in. What made it more suspicious was her legal team staying silent. They usually react fast, but this time there was no statement at all. That silence spoke louder than any denial. But the biggest twist wasn't the photos, it was who may have leaked them. Long before Meghan became famous worldwide, she met Piers Morgan. At first, things were friendly. They messaged, had drinks, and Piers believed they were on good terms. Then suddenly, Meghan stopped replying. The next night, she was photographed dining with Prince Harry. That moment planted a deep grudge. Years later, her Oprah interview made things worse. Piers said he didn't believe her, which caused a huge backlash and led to him leaving his TV job. He said his bosses told him to apologize or quit, and he chose to quit. So when he showed the photos on live TV, it didn't feel random. It felt personal. But Piers wasn't the only possible player. Someone closer to Meghan may have had even more reason. One name kept appearing: Marcus Anderson from Soho House. Meghan called him a friend, but people noticed he appeared wherever she moved. His job gave him access to private parties, guest lists, and unseen photos. For someone shaping a public image, having someone like Marcus was powerful. Some believe he wasn't just a friend, but a strategist helping guide her rise. Many leaked photos looked like they came from places only someone like him could access. If true, it raised a dark question. Did someone close to her decide to reveal the truth? As the photos spread, old yacht rumors returned online. These stories didn't show Meghan as a struggling actress, but as someone moving in ultra-rich circles where private yachts were used for networking. Writers and documentaries talked about young actresses being flown to luxury events, and her name often appeared. Some viral photos were later proven to be other women, but enough details matched to keep the rumors alive. People questioned how someone who claimed to struggle could afford luxury trips and first-class travel. Who paid for it? Why did the same wealthy men keep appearing around her? Critics say these weren't random attacks. They were questions brought back by the leaked photos, and they challenged the story Meghan worked hard to create.